I have with me Eric Chinje on the line, and Eric Chinje is with Issa Tchiroma as I speak.
Hello, my country people. Them. So Chris Anu, they will talk about the Cameroon presidential election as usual. When I know say they know if stop for talk about Cameroon, even though they claim say they don't be Cameroonians them. So during that live broadcast, Eric Chinje will be called in for talk about Minister Issa Tchiroma and where they plan for do next after the inauguration and the swearing in of President Paul Biya yesterday, the 6th of November 2025. So when I listen to their discussion, listen to what way Eric Chinje would talk, and then also listen to what way the so-called ambazonians them they would talk after, and then I go bring my own analysis at the end. When I listen.
Eric Chinje on the line, and Eric Chinje is with Issa Tchiroma as I speak. They are together. Eric, there is a lot of tension on the ground. People are waiting patiently, very patiently, to hear from Issa Tchiroma. You know, he declared a 3-day ghost town. It ended yesterday, and Biya was sworn in today. And Cameroonians are saying, where is Issa Tchiroma? What is going on? Can you explain what is going on that you can behind the scenes, please?
And before the end of this presentation, I go explain Funa the only way where it be left for Issa Tchiroma for become the president of Cameroon right now. There is only one way left, and I go explain Funa before the end of this presentation. When I listen.
Cameroonians are saying, where is Issa Tchiroma? What is going on? Can you explain what is going on that you can behind the scenes, please?
Chris, I hope you can hear me. But I want to reassure you and reassure everyone in that geographical space that I don't know if you can hear me, Chris.
Yes, I can hear you 5 on 5.
Fantastic. You know, I want to reassure everyone who's in this battle for the soul of a nation and a people that things may not always happen in human moments.
Okay.
But I can guarantee you the best is coming. I can guarantee you there is the right things are happening as they should. We are not, we cannot build a lie on a lie. We cannot go and have and claim to have a new nation built on the fragile foundations of a lie. That's what happened today in the Republic of Cameroon. You know, a fragile foundation built on a lie is expected to be the source of inspiration for a new nation. It is not going to happen, Chris. So, Mr. Tchiroma will be coming out, and he will not be pushed into it. There's a lot of pressure for him to come out and take on the system now as it is, and to ensure that the people's victory is not stolen, and he, the elected leader, is the one who was sworn into office. Let me say this: all of that's not what matters right now. That is not what matters right now. What matters right now is the deliberate, the very intentional steps to allow for this, for the will of the people to be recognized, for a constitution that is meaningful, is respected, and that institutions, time will be taken to put in place institutions that are honorable, credible, respected. All of Cameroon, We have to rethink Cameroon, and that really is the problem. We have to rethink that country. And part of what you're seeing is the need for new thoughts to inspire what we do in building the new nation. I think everybody, if all goes well, we all will be proud of what comes out of all of this. But if we want to force things through, we may see change, but it may not just be the change we desire. So Mr. Tchiroma is in a good place. He's working with top-notch experts in every field, in all fields. He's in touch with, African and non-African heads of state, and drawing from the experience of a host of countries. And I think what will come out of this will be what every citizen desires. So let me simply say that, invite everyone to stand up and be counted at a time like this. That's what's important. Chris, I don't know if you heard all of what I said, but
yeah. As you know, there is lots of impatience out there, being that they haven't heard from him, especially when he was reportedly picked up. And then now Bia is sworn in. When you say things are going to change, how soon are these things going to happen? I guess that's what everybody wants to know.
Yes, I know everybody's impatient, but that's understandable. But let me tell you, Chris, wheat set cut. Sorry, Chris. There's an issue with my room.
Okay, I can hear you. Go.
And there's a problem. I need to resolve it and then go and have something to eat. Can I call you in a short while?
All right, that's fine. That is assuming you meet us live. All right, but please go ahead. Take care of what you.
Yes, in half an hour I'll call you, Chris.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, unfortunately, he is a little bit distracted, but you can hear from him again. He is right there with Issa Tchiroma himself, and so what you hear from him is first class.
Comrade Chris, if I may come in,
my concern is I hear kind of a parabolic narrative. I do not see straight shooting in what I am hearing. Maybe you guys are hearing straight shooting. Let me go to Metro Nicom. Tell me what you think from what you've heard from Eric Chinje.
Yeah. Yes, Comrade Chris, if you can read through the lines, you will hear my take from what Mr. Eric Chinje is saying. It's clearly that Issa Tchiroma is not going to be sworn in. He's going to take some other measures and to counter the regime in some other forms. But what baffles me is this. I think to my fellow ambazonians, those who've been expecting so much from Tchiroma, I think we should drop the potato now, because nothing will be coming the way we are expecting. As simple as that. One, Tchiroma claimed that he's an insider. He knows the regime in and out. And he wants to take, I don't know which strategy he has intended to use in fighting the dictator. And when we talk about logistics, you think you have to prepare everything step by step to fighting a dictator? Fighting a dictator, you take him by surprise. The greatest surprise Tchiroma could have taken on Bia was first thing, early morning. I thought maybe he wanted to get himself sworn in on the 6th, because maybe that's when the mandate of Bia expires, so that the new one starts from there. Else he could have sworn himself earlier. But now the 6th of November came and passed. He had even called off the ghost town. Bia is sworn in peacefully, or whatever the situation was within the ranks of the CPDM. And now he's recognized, receiving messages of congratulations from left and right. And Chiroma is still talking about logistics and making things, talking with international leaders. International leaders are going to defend their interests. Chiroma's momentum is dying and is dying very, very fast. He had the population, he had people behind him. When we talk about, say, the army, let me come again to what my able comrade Shebet mentioned, that the loyalty of the army. Yes, there are some armies who are very loyal. And when you look within the Cameroonian army, those who originate from the Grand North, that is from Adamawa, Garwa, and Marwa, they can be loyal to somebody from that zone. And they are loyal to Chiroma because they know this is their time. And so many of them have even come on air to say they feel pity, or they look at this, our fellow citizens, that is Southern Cameroonian ambazonians who are in the military, shooting on their own people. They cannot shoot on, they promise not to shoot on their own people. You saw it yourself. When the military went out in their armored cars, people came around. They were talking friendly. But can you see that in Southern Cameroon? When they come, they shoot at random. So now I think we should just leave La Republique de Cameroon alone and Issa Tchiroma. I think he's just playing for time. The next thing right now, what plan? He's going to start making speeches and calling people on the streets. And as brutal as La Republique de Cameroon's army or forces are, they'll kill people. And we still have some of our fellow Southern Cameroonians in La Republique de Cameroon. Recently, a woman from Menchumo was killed in her house, straight bullet in La Republique de Cameroon. So how far is that going to go? So this Chiromania kind of anticipation that almost every Ambazonian or they are looking forward to him, that is because he said, when I'm president, I'm going to release Seko and the Naira 10, we are going for negotiation dialogue, that is just hot talk. We wanted to see action from Mr. Tchiroma, and if it is the first test, I think he has failed. That's all I can say for now. Come please.
Let me ask Mike and Tata, if Tchiroma cannot be sworn in and they still believe they have an option to fight, do you see any option? What are those other options? Because I have heard these things about talking to the international communities, talking to heads of state there, talking to those organizations there. We heard that under Frundi, we heard that under Kamto. It didn't change anything, and Bier perpetuated himself till today. Do you guys by any means see anything different that he can do other than swearing himself to assert himself and stay in, and take over? Fosi.
Yes, Comrade Chris, I was not very impressed with what I was hearing from Eric Chinje. It sounded to me like a watering down of expectations. You see, it is a watering down of expectations, and I can assure you that that is not good news to the Tchiroma supporters out there. I can assure you there are many of them who will be very, very disappointed by the end of today if Tchiroma is not sworn in. The day is already old in ground zero, first of all. Now, there is something that is said about riding the wave. When you have to ride the wave, you ride the wave when it is high. You don't wait for the wave to collapse, then you try to ride it, then you find yourself flat. You have to ride the wave when the wave is high. That is when you get some movement. That is when you are carried to a higher height. What the Tchiroma campaign has resorted to will not serve them well. And if there's something that they are expecting or they are planning to bring later on, and with the expectation that it will yield some results, it better be something that will be a shock and awe. It must be something that will be a shock and awe that will reinvigorate the anticipation that their supporters had, which will be depleted to a large extent by the end of today. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But I should say, if I were a Tchiroma supporter, I will be very, very unhappy today. Let me say something about this so-called diplomatic community. If Chiroma is doing this, and as I said before, if he's expecting that his victory will come with some intervention from the diplomatic community, he should better forget it, because it's not going to happen. These people, what they do is they wet their finger, put it up in the air, and see where it feels cold or where the wind is blowing, and that is where they go. Imagine the visuals today. As bad as the imagery may have been from Bobia's so-called swearing in, as bad as those images may have been, you can see one person with people around him with a diplomatic corps, as reluctant as they may have been, present, and with him raising his hand and putting on the Bible and saying, I heard how low his voice may have been, I do so swear. But on the other hand, there was somebody else who was not there doing that, and nobody knows what he is doing. Now, let me ask you, Comrade Chris, if those who were on the streets for the past days, from when the elections took place, or even prior to the elections and up to now, when they decide to go home, feeling maybe disappointed, what do you think will spur them to come out again on the streets? You better have some good reason to compel them to come out again, given the fact that many of them who came out, many of them have been arrested, a good number killed, some of them being pursued. You have to give these people a reason to come out on the streets. And that is what we have always said with these people across the Congo, that they don't know how to resist. They don't know how to withstand difficulties. They don't know how to withstand hardship. They have not been through what we ambazonians have been through for the past 9 years. And this was their moment to prove that they have it in their belly to fight for what they truly believe is the change that they very much need at this time. And we see them again falling flat. We see them again fumbling. We see them faltering and preferring comfort to freedom. And it is sad, it is sad. And let me take this a step further to us Ambazonians. That is the more reason why we cannot sit here and expect that we can ever coexist with these people and see freedom. It will never happen. Because even when we lead the way, well, we're opening the path for them to then follow to freedom. They look at us and say, oh, but it's being led by the Anglophones, so we suspect them and we will not follow. Then it becomes difficult to even lead them to freedom. When we are opening the path and say, you just follow and let's go, they still are unwilling to follow. You cannot help, they say you can take a horse to stream, but you can't force it to drink. That's exactly what we are facing with these people. We cannot force them to drink if they don't want to drink. And so the only way for us is to let them be, and we go our way. Let them stay in their pigsty. We cannot help them to be clean if they choose to behave like pigs. Because I don't see how you can allow someone who is visibly confused, does not know where he is asking if he should stand up at his swearing ceremony. It's like somebody at his wedding does not know that that's his wedding day. This was supposed to be Bobia's wedding day, and he doesn't even know he is a groom. How can you help someone like that? And there are people there who think this is normal, and they're not willing to do what is necessary to get this man to a retirement home. That is what Bobia needs now more than anything else, a retirement home. But who is going to take him there?
Let me ask you guys, I know, of course, you are not the right persons for an answer, but if Tchiroma goes the way of Frundi, the way of Maurice Kamto, is there any other hope left for that country? Who is going to eject Biya and perhaps Frank Biya and whoever the CPDM puts there if Tchiroma cannot do it? Because the people lose hope when they realize they rally behind this guy in so much belief in his ability to fight with his geographical advantage, and he withers away and talk peace. Like, will that dynasty ever be removed from Cameroon, and will Cameroonians ever vote again? Tata?
That will be the end of it. These people will, even after this regime, they will learn from this example and repeat it over and over and over. Continue, comrade.
I think anyway, we can't rule out everything. I think death is also another means of removing Biya from power. But you will notice that one of the reasons why they wanted Biya to come as their president is because, first of all, Biya is a household name that everyone in La Republique panics when used. And that is why you see them ruling Cameroon through his name under the high instruction President Biya, hot instruction, or however they call it. And that is why they are using him to rule that country. And the plan is now, the plan which they have now is to buy time to see how they can manipulate the constitution and have that continuity, as you are saying. Now, I want to come back before I continue on it. When we listened to Eric, senior journalist Eric Chinje, I think also I was kind of broken. I saw despair, hopelessness. You know, I felt like he contradicted himself. I think the other day when he called in, I think, I don't remember if it was yesterday when he spoke with you, and you asked him this same question about the role and the links he's having with international communities and heads of states and so on. I remember the answer he gave you was that Cameroonians' problem should be solved by Cameroonians. And today he is contradicting himself. Instead of coming to face the Cameroonians to solve their problem, he is now thinking about talking with other heads of states and non-heads of states. For me, I find this contradictory because normally what our people expect, what the people of Cameroon expected today was they wanted to see Tchiroma being sworn in this morning. And if that didn't happen, they wanted to see him sworn in after.
I don't see it happening anytime soon. This moment, I doubt whether it is going to happen.
If this didn't happen, these people should have at least been addressed. And this is what the people are missing. And I can tell you, this is killing the momentum. If we already know about Francophones, those who have been arrested will serve as a lesson to anyone who would dare start to protest, because this is the moment they needed to have acted. And if Eric is coming, Mr. Eric is coming and telling people that they cannot act the way people are and they can't strike the iron when it is still hot, I think they are getting into a riskier journey than what we have.
I see you smiling there, Metro. Go on.
Yeah. Share 7. I just said it. You just said it like I did. Look, I said the momentum is dead. Is dead. Look, the moment that Tchiroma could have climbed that ladder and made Cameroon, the Republic of Cameroon, tremble was between today, early morning, and the time they were swearing in for Biya. He failed. And let's take it step by step. The next thing that is going to that Republic of Cameroon is going to implement now is intimidation, rampant arrest, torture, and then scaring of people. Let them back up. And moreover, Tchiroma cannot even call for a ghost town again. Those how many days this guy could not survive. They don't even have food. Food skyrocketing out there in Yaoundé and Douala, and they're even blaming ambazonians. So they're even blaming ambazonians. The only thing that could come from the groundnut would be that onion or granite and all the kind of stuff there. Maybe Tchiroma will be able to block that from coming down, so that but that is not enough to shake in the regime in Yaoundé. Even Tchiroma could say, okay, let me come back to one question, like one point that my brother Mike Lucy said. the international community. International community has no interest in whether Cameroonian die or whether Southern Cameroonian die or Ambazonian die. They don't have interest. For how many years they have abandoned us shamelessly? Even when you listen through his speech today, he was even still spewing venom, thanking friendly countries for having arrested Ambazonians and locked them up, and is praying for
is that
more
what
to
he
be
said?
locked
I
up.
didn't hear that.
Come on, he said that he's thanking friendly countries for having arrested these terrorists who are creating havoc problem in his country, and is asking the rest to continue to do more. He was not. I was expecting that maybe Bia or his advisors must have heard that the momentum Tchiroma has gathered right now is because Ambazonians are counting on him that he's going to deliver. Maybe he could have spoken some language of appeasement. Maybe, okay, the days ahead, I'm going to look into how I can release detainees or stuff like that. He went defiant, even describing Ambazonian fighters terrorists, and is going to ask friendly countries to arrest all some of that one still remaining, and is thanking those who are even locked up. And that is what I look at the speech again. But the thing here is this, Comrade Chris. Go up, calm down. The only thing I will say here is that we should not count on any miracle coming from Tchiroma. Please, Southern Cameroonian, Ambazonian, we should not count on any miracle coming from Tchiroma, because Tchiroma has failed already. And then, yes, we tolerated him, not that we liked him. We just tolerated him because he came and said this, that I'm going to do this. We didn't like it. Tchiroma, look, thanks to Ambazonian, Tchiroma and Bello have freedom. You see, they have never been thankful to Southern Cameroon for their freedom, but they only came in when they saw that there would be an opportunity for them to cash. We might be speaking now. Do you know how much Tchiroma might have been backed from the region? Bello Buba already has backed 1 billion with the Cameroon, Libya, and all the other Joshua or stuff like that. So we can be speaking here like this diplomacy behind. They will tell Tchiroma, listen, you are 80-something years old, you are sick, you are going to die very soon. Why engage yourself in some fight that can even strain you up? Take this amount of money and keep them cool, and then we'll sort it out with their entire cabinet and stuff like that. Tchiroma will cool down. That's it. So for now, we should not expect anything from Tchiroma.
Hello.
Yes, hello, Comrade Chris. I think we're having a very, very this is a big disappointment of what is happening in La Republique. You know, as Ambazonians, we have a vested interest in what is happening over in that territory. They say justice delayed is justice denied, right?
Absolutely.
This man had I think he's losing the potential is fading off. Okay, and we heard that he was going to proclaim himself as he was going to what? He was going to declare himself as president today.
Yeah, he was sworn in.
And I don't know where he was going to be sworn in. Where did that information come from? Because that is what the Cameroonian people want him to do. When Eric Chinje comes here and say that he's not going to be forced by anyone, I think that's a fundamental mistake.
Well, that sends a signal as to the direction they are thinking, right?
Yeah, the strategy is, I don't see any strategy in there. I don't see any strategy. He himself said in his previous speech that when he contacted Nigeria and the other countries, they said nobody's going to do this for you. So,
all right.
I don't get the strategy. I just don't get the strategy behind the move.
Let's wait for the next few days and see what they come up with. So, thanks for the call.
All right, thank you.
Lesson number 1, my country people, Dr. Weti. Listen, whether or not you accept, my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
So before I continue this presentation, I want to make una understand, say, Christopher Anu, he don't dey beg, say make Issa Tchiroma, he make Chris Anu a minister if or when Issa Tchiroma becomes president of Cameroon. Now, person this way, he call himself the president of Ambazonia. It talks it no be Cameroonian, but it is seriously beg for ministerial position under Issa Tchiroma government. But then again, what do you expect from professional thieves, scammers, and fake pastors them? So these people, the way they call themselves ambazonians, even though they deny and say they no one forget anything to do with Cameroon, even though they will get an opportunity for impact the results of the presidential election, they deny them for impact them. As a matter of fact, they go out of their way for shoot gun, say they don't declare lockdown. Mamma mia. They talk say they no one make no man vote. They threaten people, they make no come out vote, and then they hand the advantage to President Paul Biya, and then themselves they know say they desperately want Issa Tchiroma for win. Desperately. And they be pin all their hopes on Issa Tchiroma winning, so that Issa Tchiroma can give them some level of recognition, some appeasement, and make them relevant as they want. Wait where they want them, they go fight against. And then now, they come now for ABS or waiting for Facebook page. They cry every single day. They try for back Issa Tchiroma for do this and that. They promote and then they hope against hope. They wish, they dream, they fight for Issa Tchiroma after they don't already cast the ballot. Now, they desperately want Issa Tchiroma for be inaugurated as president of Cameroon. Now, so Chris Anu be go live for Facebook, do plenty live broadcast them where they advise Issa Tchiroma say, go take the oath, do your swearing in, declare yourself president of Cameroon, not just president-elect, but president of the Republic of Cameroon. Declare yourself. The talk Issa Tchiroma no do a call for ghost towns instead. The ghost towns don't finish now. Themselves now that they can ask him say, what did you achieve with that ghost town? Now, today, the 7th of November 2025, after they don't beg pressure Issa Tchiroma for declare himself president and for take the oath and do the swearing in and all of those things. But as now understand, Issa Tchiroma now a seasoned diplomat. Now, person where he get respect and he actually feel for ye people them. He get investments inside Cameroon. He get something to lose. So Issa Tchiroma no be shit, no white blast like Chris Anu them. He no take their advice. He no declare himself president. He no take the oath or swear himself in or all of those things. And today, after President Paul Biya, he don't be inaugurated, he don't take the oath and everything. Chris Anu now, he don't assemble a panel that they discuss. And then when I don't listen to where Eric Chinje, he come on for talk. So after Eric Chinje, he talked to Chris Anu, all of them, they in agreement. Say they be disappointed. They no be impressed by what way Eric Chinje talk. Because Eric Chinje himself, he don't start now to talk like politician. You know the talk what way mean, and you know the mean what way it talk. When I hear the way they talk, it just use words them meandering around, not actually hitting any point, not answering no question. So just opening his mouth, a lot of words flying out, but no one can understand what he's saying. That's typical of people, the way they actually no be 100% certain about the direction where they want for take him next. Even Chris Anu tell Wuna, immediately he hang up the phone with Eric Chinje. He talks about it. He say the man is not shooting straight. He know if he understand what with Eric Chinje they talk. All the other panelists, they can't talk about it. Say, they be asked Issa Tchiroma for swear in, and by today, the 6th of November, because that program it happened yesterday, the 6th of November, by that 6th of November, after President Paul Biya don't already swear himself in, Issa Tchiroma never still get any plan for swear himself in. So now they start to talk, say the momentum is dead, they're killing the momentum, say the momentum is dying. They say they look and now say Issa Tchiroma don't fail for hit the iron when it was hot, because all these people, they remember, said they will pin all their hopes on Issa Tchiroma. Now, ask yourself this question. Why you think say Issa Tchiroma no be take the oath? He no be declare himself president? I don't already answer that question. Now, because Issa Tchiroma is not stupid. No me na amber shit, no white blast like Chris Anu, them Sako Ekome the way, and Ayuk Tabe the way they come out declare themselves president without a single person recognizing you. So, tell when I wait away it will happen in the background. Since the 12th of October 2025, wait away Issa Tchiroma don't do na say, it don't go contact people them, friends, neighbors, like Nigeria, the international community, speak to diplomatic missions them for Yaoundé and around the world, asking for their support, because you need support in order for declare yourself president. You need for be recognized. Because me too, like I tell una, I feel declare myself to say I be king of all the black legs. I be Igwe. You know, Clovis too, if he woke up, declare himself, say he be Doctor Countryman Junior. Like how Sako Ekome and Ayabacho Lucas, they woke up, declare themselves to say they be Doctor this and Doctor that. Okay, the difference is who recognize you as what you claim to be, who recognize you as President of the Republic, who recognize you as Doctor this, Doctor that, who recognize you. So Issa Tchiroma is not stupid. He understand. He don't contact the diplomatic missions them from the British, the European Union, the French, the Americans, the Nigerians, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and all of these people them around the world for seek support, and he no get the support. After President Paul Biya he be inaugurated and the swearing in it happened, the American government through the embassy for Yaoundé, they send congratulations to President Paul Biya and they talk say we go work together for achieve our common goals. The Russians we don't already congratulate President Paul Biya. Gabon, it don't congratulate. The African Union, and you name the rest. So now, Issa Tchiroma is looking at the situation. He understand. Now, some of these political calculations, the way you get for take them into consideration before you make your next move or take the next step. So Issa Tchiroma understands that he no get the support from the international community because not a single nation in the world will be prepared for support he claim to the presidency of Cameroon. That is a fact, whether you like him or not. And one of the things in this way, they don't consider him in the background. And before the end of this presentation, like I don't promise una, I go tell una the only way where Issa Tchiroma, if he become president of Cameroon right now, I go tell una before I end. So for continue, I know say una don't wait for countryman for tell una the only way where Minister Issa Tchiroma, if he become president of Cameroon today, it be simple. Now military coup d'etat, take over power by force. I know when I talk someone when I go vex, someone when I go talk all kind of thing, call me CPDM or whatever. I know they deal with emotions. I know they're here for massage your ego. I know they're here for talk way the way you like for here. I know they're here for please you. Are they here for one, share my opinions them. Hopefully you go learn one or two things them from way to way at the talk. Are they here for tell you the truth as it is on the ground, not as you want it to be or as I want it to be? Are they tell una the truth, the reality as it is on the ground? So whether you like them or not, as it stands, the international community, whether the international community themselves they like them or not, they don't realize them say President Paul Biya is still get control over Cameroon. If he still determine what will happen for Cameroon politically, economically, and the army, President Paul Biya get control over those institutions them. And as a result of that, the international community does not have a choice but for throw their support behind President Paul Biya because them too, they get their own interests. And right now, they don't calculate them say, now President Paul Biya go safeguard their interests in Cameroon. So now why that way they never support or back Issa Tchiroma he claim for presidency for Cameroon. So the only way where Issa Tchiroma, if it take that presidency now by force, and ye too, the Issa Tchiroma, it don't do the calculation. You see I'm saying? The military is not there for your side. Ye know, and now why that way it never make any move for use armed force for unseat President Paul Biya and install himself. I know I don't see someone when I post on for Facebook say Issa Tchiroma be talk say he get loyalist army. Ma tell una, politicians use words. Sometimes the way una not be as educated, so una not know the meaning of the words that they use them. The word army, it not only mean a military force. If you talk say an army of journalists, an army of school children, an army, if it just mean a crowd, a large group of people, is called an army. It no must mean say they carry guns. Understand that for a fact. And also, even if when I think say a portion of the Cameroon army is support Minister Issa Tchiroma, right now, from my own assessment where I tell una say that proportion is very small. It not be enough for surmount the might of the other Cameroon military force where it support President Paul Biya his own side. Now from my own military, that one now my own assessment from understanding the situation on the ground, because ma tell una the truth. If any person for Cameroon, a thing say, if it galvanize a military force where it go defeat the military force where it support President Paul Biya, that person, if we don't already initiate coup d'etat for Cameroon, the reason why they never get a military coup d'etat for Cameroon, no be now because they no be possible. Now because they all man where it don't even contemplate that idea, it don't understand, say now only two outcomes the day. You go either win for that military coup d'etat and you install yourself as president of the country, or you die. Now the only two options that will be available. So my country people them, this one now at the end of this presentation today, number 7 day for November 2025. I hope say my opinions, my analysis, it don't help you for also shape your own worldview and for understand which way they happen vis-a-vis Cameroon politics and the presidential election where it just passed. And I be proud of myself because I always give una opportunities for also listen to other people them. They share their own opinions and ideas and analysis, not just my own. So when I don't listen to Chris Anu, when I don't listen to Eric Chinje, when I don't listen to all the other people the way they come for Chris Anu Facebook page, they don't talk. And when I don't also listen to my own analysis, my opinions, I hope say, and the only thing where I hope na say, I don't help for expand your own knowledge about the situations them and things that they happen in Cameroon, so that it will arm you with information and knowledge for prepare you for make better decisions in the future. My country people them.
Shall be your